This project was made possible by a grant from the Virginia and Alfred Harrell Foundation and all of SJV Water subscribers. Hello, this is Lois Henry, editor and CEO of sjvwater.org. Welcome back as we continue our journey down the lower Kern River. Let's meet up once again with Kern River Watermaster Mark Mulkay at what he calls the Spaghetti Bowl.
We are near the Coffee Road Weir on the Kern River, which is at the intersection of the Kern River and Coffee Road. There's a weir right behind us that manages the control of the river. The river comes from the east to and under Coffee Road. I call this spot the Spaghetti Bowl just because water comes from all four directions and goes all four directions right from this point. It comes from the east in the river. It comes from the north in the Friant-Kern Canal. It comes from the west in the Cross Valley Canal. It comes again from the south and east in the Carrier Canal, and then from this point goes south in the Arvanitis-Nintate Canal or the River Canal. It goes west in the river. It goes east in the Cross Valley Canal, and can actually go north in the Friant-Kern Canal because of an intertie from the CVC to the Friant-Kern Canal. Water can be taken off the Cross Valley Canal and run north up the Friant-Kern Canal.
Moving further west, we stop at the Bellevue Weir at the park at Riverwalk and talk with the recently retired Bakersfield Water Resources Department Manager, Art Chianello, about Kern River operations.
Here we are on the Bellevue Weir that crosses the Kern River near Stockdale Highway. This weir, among other weirs located in the Kern River, is a key structure for Kern River operations. These weirs control the flow of the water in the Kern River channel and also are needed when water is carried away from the river to canals. Water in the river that needs to flow into a canal is controlled by operation of a canal headgate. The water that we see anywhere in the Kern River is released from Isabella Dam. Below Isabella Dam and before reaching the city of Bakersfield, the water flows through the Kern River Canyon, dropping almost 2,000 foot in elevation. The city's role of the river started in 1976 when the city purchased the water rights, river structures, and properties, storage in Isabella Lake, a domestic water utility from Tenneco West Incorporated. The extent of these properties starts from Manor Street and goes to Interstate 5. Daily operations start with communication and cooperation among the Kern River interests and the city of Bakersfield obtaining the water orders for the next day. This amount of water indicates how much water should be released from Isabella Dam and is communicated to the operator of dam, the Army Corps of Engineers. In addition to operating the weirs and canal headgates, the city performs actual daily measurements of Kern River flow and diversions starting at first point of measurement and throughout the river. Central Records maintains these records, which started in late 1893. The amount of water flows are in accordance with all prior existing agreements on the Kern River, beginning with the Miller-Hagen Agreement of 1888. The city also maintains the weirs and headgates along the Kern River, as well as most of the Kern River levees and primary flood channel for flood control. All of the wooden weirs of the Kern River have been rebuilt with concrete and steel, including first point and second point of measurement.
Even further west, the river still has a role to play in the Buena Vista Aquatic Recreation Area, which was part of the original 1888 deal on the river. Let's talk with Buena Vista Water Storage District General Manager Tim Ashlock.
We're here at Lake Webb, just outside of historic Buena Vista Lake. Most people would refer to this as Buena Vista Lake, but it's actually BVRA, Buena Vista Aquatic and Recreation Area. This is part of the water delivery system to Buena Vista Water Storage District, and it has been for 50 years or so since BVRA was constructed by the county. The historic Buena Vista Lake is just to the south of this, and it's 22,000 acres, while this lake is only 1,000 acres. The Buena Vista Lake no longer serves Buena Vista as its storage facility and hasn't really, except for minor parts, since Lake Isabella was built in 1952. The water comes down from the second point in the Alejandro Canal and flows through Lake Webb and then flows out the outlet canal, which is the same canal that was used in the 18 and 1900s to bring water from Buena Vista Lake up to Buena Vista Water Storage District, and before that to Miller and Lux and their farmland and cattle operation. So Hagen, with Miller and Lux's oversight, built and improved Buena Vista Lake, which was really a reservoir for the Buena Vista Water Storage District, because Miller and Lux got a large amount of water in a short amount of time, whereas Hagen got water year-round from the Kern River. And because of the way that they just negotiated the terms, the reservoir was built so Miller and Lux could get water year-round, but it was being delivered from Buena Vista Lake, not from the normal river channel itself. And so after Lake Isabella was built and things had settled down and people started to understand how things were operated, Buena Vista Lake was farmed regularly. The Miller and Lux descendants had rented it to Boswell, who farmed it for several years. Eventually, Boswell bought the land of Buena Vista Lake, and they continue to farm it to this day. It operates as a water district under the name Henry Miller Water District. Although it continues to be used, and especially in the higher flow years, there's more water flowing through the recreational lakes, it is not used like it once was prior to Lake Isabella being built. It is definitely part of the history of the Kern River.
As you can see, the Kern is an extremely hardworking river. Understanding all those demands is important as a framework to understanding the rights now being examined by the State Water Resources Control Board. That examination could result in some water changing hands. We'll get to that next time as the law of the river continues.